Welcome back to the second episode of Methonomics, a podcast where we cook up some economics. My name is Luke.
I'm Rithik.
I'm Parker.
And I'm Freddie.
And today we are exploring the concept of demand using a Darth Vader mask. But first, we need to know what demand is.
Yeah, what even is a demand?
So demand is a principle of economics that captures the consumer's desire to buy the product or service. The demand is calculated as the price the consumers are willing to pay for the product or service.
So in other words, demand is the quantity of a product that people are willing and able to buy at different prices and times.
Demand differs based on price, time, and information. When people have limited time, money, and information, they tend to buy whatever goods they're willing and able to buy.
So wait, does that mean that roses would have a higher quantity demanded on Valentine's Day than it is now?
Exactly. Because they have less time to look for a rose, and more people are trying to buy a rose. People are willing to buy more roses at a higher price, representing a more inelastic demand on Valentine's Day.
Wait, what does inelastic mean?
Price elasticity of demand is a measure of the change in the demand for a product in relation to a change in its price.
Demand is considered elastic when the quantity demanded is very responsive to a change in price. It is considered inelastic when the quantity demanded does not change a lot when the price changes.
For example, a hotel in Albuquerque, New Mexico is a relatively elastic good, while something like insulin is generally inelastic because it is needed.
In order to see demand in action, we went to the halls of THS to see how much people would pay for a Darth Vader mask a week before, the day of, and the day after Halloween, without telling them our set price. Hello, what's your name?
Arthur?
Hi, Arthur. So, are you trick-or-treating this Halloween?
Yeah.
And do you have a costume?
No.
Okay, seeing that it's a week before Halloween, how much would you pay for this Darth Vader mask?
Probably about $2.
Why so low?
This is a week before Halloween. I could probably make my own costume.
Okay, thank you. Hey, hello, what's your name?
Junior?
Alright, so are you going trick-or-treating this year?
Yeah.
But do you have a costume?
Nah.
So, we have this Darth Vader mask. How much would you pay for it?
About like $10.
Why would you pay that much?
I didn't have time to go buy a costume at the store, so I need one.
Yeah, so because you really need a costume and there's no time to get it, you would pay more for this Darth Vader mask?
Yeah.
Alright, thank you. Hello, what's your name?
My name is Brianna Wen.
Alright, we have this Darth Vader mask. How much would you pay for it?
It looks pretty valid, but I wouldn't pay for it because it's not Halloween anymore.
So, because Halloween is over, this mask has no use for you, so you wouldn't pay for it?
Yes, sir.
Alright, thank you.
Although we offered the same product for the same price, consumers were willing to pay different prices based on different time periods.
The first person only offered to pay $2 for the Darth Vader mask, because the buyer has a good amount of time to buy a mask before Halloween.
This represents a relatively low and elastic demand for the mask. The consumer had the time, money, and information to buy a better costume that is worth the price. He would not conform to our set price of $5 because the mask is relatively elastic at that point of time.
The second person offered to pay $10 for the mask. He was in a time crunch to get a costume, so he offered to pay more money.
The lack of time, combined with the little availability of a costume, led to a higher and more inelastic demand because he offered to pay more than the set price of $5.
Finally, the last person would not spend any money for the mask because Halloween had already passed. There was no use for the mask to her, so she would not pay anything for it.
This shows a perfectly elastic and no demand for the mask at this point because we cannot sell the mask for literally anything.
Well, that wraps up our episode for today. Thank you for listening and have a methastic day.